This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Wednesday means it's Wildcard Wednesday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and today's deck is pretty wild. This is Songs of the Damned combo for Pauper, comes to us from Kurogi Takeiko, who took it to a top 8 finish at a small Japanese tournament, so congrats to Takeiko on a super cool deck. A quick reminder before we break down Songs of the Damned for Pauper. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Songs of the Damned combo, the easiest way to think of this is the living end of the Pauper format. I almost called this Pauper Living End because it plays a lot like Living End, although obviously no mass reanimation Living End style effect in the format, but we'll talk about how the deck finishes the game in a minute. So the idea of this deck is to cycle, just like Living End. The deck is absolutely overloaded with cheap cycling cards. So Monstrous Carabid, Horror of the Broken Lands, Deadshot Minotaur, actually these are the exact same cards for the most part that show up in Modern Living End. Also a Disciple of Malice, we got Architects of Will, Crows and Tusker, Viscera Dragger, so just about a million cards that have the cycling mechanic on it. Actually, I think it's 24 cyclers in the deck, which is an absurdly high number of cyclers. So we want to spend the first several to many turns of the game just cycling. We're drawing more cards, we're drawing more cyclers, we're cycling more cards. We just keep doing this over and over again, which is going to get a ton of creatures in our graveyard. To speed up the process a bit, and also to make sure we hit our land drops, we have Satyr Wayfinder, so just 2 mana, grabs us a land out of the top 4, dumps the rest in our graveyard, so another way to get cards into our graveyard. And then, the combo of this deck is really janky. So, Gnawed of the Bone might look like a value piece, like, oh, you gained a bunch of life, you got all these creatures in the graveyard, but for our deck, it is also essential to our combo. So, we do all this cycling, we get all this stuff in our graveyard. Gnawed of the Bone gains us 2 life for each creature in our graveyard. If we have, let's say, 10, maybe, creatures in our graveyard, that's 20 life. That's a huge chunk of life. Maybe we get even more than that. We have so many cyclers and wayfinders that we could definitely get even more than 10. We could have 20 in the late game in our graveyard. So Gnawed of the Bone gains us a ton of life, but we're not just trying to stay out of burn range. Gnawed of the Bone is important to our combo because the next step is Song of the Damned. So the namesake card of the deck is like super crazy ritual. 1 mana, you get a black mana for each creature in your graveyard. So if we can get 10, or maybe 15, or maybe 20 creatures in our graveyard, Song of the Damned is just like the insanest dark ritual in all of Magic. Just adding so much mana. So gain all this life with Gnawed of the Bone, make oodles and oodles of mana, and probably, since we have so much cycling in this deck, we're likely going to hit multiple Songs of the Damned. So if one isn't enough, we can cast more. So how do we actually close out the game? What is our living end? And this is where it gets super janky. Our end game is Crypt Rats, but we can actually mill it over in the graveyard if we have to, and get it back with Pit Keeper, which as long as we have 4 more creatures, when it enters the battlefield, we return a creature from our graveyard to our hand. So we can also just get back a cycler, but the big payoff is Crypt Rats. So the life gain is essential because Crypt Rats, you can pay X mana and it deals X damage to each creature and player. You can only spend black mana on that, but that's fine because Song of the Damned makes black mana. So that is the combo with the deck. Gain oodles of life with Gnawed of the Bone, make oodles of mana with Song of the Damned, as long as we can make at least, let's say, 20 mana. Actually, we need 3 to cast Crypt Rats, so 23 mana. With a couple of copies of Song of the Damned, we just 20 our opponent with Crypt Rats. The ability does not require tapping or anything. everything, so as soon as Crypt Rats hits the battlefield, we can activate it, kill our opponent, nothing you can do about it once it's on the battlefield. And if we didn't have Gnaw to the Bone, the problem would be we would kill ourselves too, because we're going to take 20 damage as well. But thanks to Gnaw to the Bone gaining us all that life, our opponent dies, we stay alive. If that doesn't work for some reason, our backup plan is a one of Consume Spirit, which just goes right to our opponent's face, basically a Crypt Rats on a sorcery. Also gains us a bunch of life with this, which is nice. We can use it for removal if we have to. As far as the mana base, we get an Evolving Wilds to fetch up some wild basic lands, along with Golgari Rot Farm, Baron More for more cycling, 4 different colors of basics. We need the basics for cycling. We also need them for some sweet sideboard cards. So in the sideboard, Evankar's Justice, it's basically the Pauper Pyroclasm, deals damage to players as well, so in theory you can drain people out of the game. Really expensive though. Snuff Out for removal, since we're gaining so much life with Gnaw to the Bone, we can afford to pay the 4 life to just snuff out something of our opponents. Gut Shot to deal with Delver of Secrets, deal with Inside Outs, Tireless Tribe, combo pieces, stuff like that. We also have some Artifact Enchantment removal, Natural State, Gorilla Shaman, and some Dispels, just to protect our combo pieces so we don't get our Gnaw to the Bone comboed, or Song of the Damned comboed, or Crypt Rats comboed. And that is Songs of the Damned Wombo combo for Pauper. And that's our instant deck tech for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.